Hey man, if you've been paying attention to the crypto markets lately, you might have noticed something interesting happening in the AVAX blockchain. That's right. A lot of people, going to ETH and Solana meme coins, but the AVAX meme coins are silently making noise, man. AVAX meme coins are here, and we know AVAX might be the next rotation just due to everything that AVAX is doing. We see AVAX getting ETFs passed to include AVAX in the ETFs. We know AVAX allows you to bring your own layer one solution, which a lot of blockchains don't have that opportunity. So we're going to talk about why AVAX meme coins might be a good investment at this time in the market. But before we get too deep into it, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and don't forget, man, to leave a super thanks on the channel if I'm adding value to you today. Also, the crypto.com link is in the description as well. My referral link. We both start making money when you sign up and start investing in cryptocurrencies. And yes, you can buy AVAX and some of the AVAX meme coins, more specifically Cock in you, right now on crypto.com. And also get into it, join the Discord, the Trojan Horse Discord, link in the description as well. Now, enough of that, man. Let's talk about it. Let's just go over my whole thesis on why I believe AVAX meme coins will have their day in the sun, and why now is probably one of the best times to really start dollar cost averaging. So if we look at it, first, AVAX is growing super fast. I'm talking about with major updates, increased DeFi adoption, and more projects launched on AVAX. The network is seeing more liquidity and developer interest more than ever, man. So this is huge for meme coins because we saw the first meme coin on AVAX go live in 2023, the end of 2023. Now it's been, a year and some change now since, the meme coins on AVAX have absolutely, exploded. And right now, in 2024, in the first months of 2024, we saw a crazy explosion. To now, we kind of been seeing, these projects become a little stagnant, but that just gives us some opportunities. But it's been some more recent AVAX meme coins that recently came out with pre-sales that are absolutely killing the game. So we're going to talk about it. And one thing I like to see is the low market cap opportunity. So comparing it to ETH and Solana, AVAX meme coins are still in its infancy. Like I said, just last year was the first time we seen a meme coin on the AVAX blockchain. So that means there's a lot of ton of, low market cap opportunities with massive upside potential. We already seen, Cock in you take off. We seen Kit take off. Kit, more specifically, it is the leading meme coin right now on the AVAX blockchain. But a lot of other meme coins that's been around that has a lot of holders are still low in market cap, and we're going to talk about some of those as well. And then we know about the lower transaction fees and faster speed. So one of the biggest barriers for ETH meme coins is pretty much the cost of transactions. So AVAX offers, cheaper and faster transactions, making it easier for traders to ape into meme coins, and everybody can participate. With Ethereum, if you're not buying it on a centralized exchange, if you're not buying Ethereum meme coins on centralized exchanges, you got to have a little money because those transaction fees are higher than some of the cheaper blockchains such as Solana or AVAX. And then, like I said, the big players are taking notice. Big institutions are starting to notice that AVAX is cheaper to do transactions on, faster to do transactions, and it's just the better as far as a place where you can build an L1 solution directly for your token. And I know you're like, what does that have to do with meme coins, Tro? Well, once AVAX takes off, that's going to naturally make people look into like, hey, what are the altcoins on AVAX that's making it take off? Or what can I get some yield on? What can I have a potential to do a 10x, 100x? And that's when AVAX takes off. Now, AVAX has yet to take off. We did see in 2023, AVAX was once upon a time $8. Now we at what, $20? So a little over 100% gains, but the previous all-time highs have yet to been hit. And I do think AVAX is super undervalued when it comes to that because at the time of their all-time high, we didn't have all of these subnets on AVAX. We didn't have institutions building their own layer 1 blockchain on AVAX. So once AVAX takes off, I do believe that liquidity will bleed into some of the altcoins and some of these meme coins on the blockchain. And it just creates a snowball effect. So more hype means more liquidity, which leads to bigger runs. If you're in early, it can be a major advantage. Now, we also know that we have yet to really hit that full euphoric feeling in the markets. A lot of people said that 2024 was actually the bull market. And right now, it's hard to debate that, because in 2024, a lot of these projects were absolutely ripping from their lows. Now that we have so much FUD, just so much uncertainty in the markets right now, a lot of these projects are down. Now, April 2nd is a day where Trump is talking about these tariffs and things like that. So that could play a factor or play a part in what we see, moving forward. But I do think we still will see that euphoric feeling in the markets that we've seen before. So based on that, a lot of things going on, man. I love to see this for AVAX. And we're going to talk about some of these projects. Excuse me. Talk about some of these projects on AVAX, some of these meme coins. So first, we're going to talk about Yellow Cat. So Yellow Cat has been trading at the #1 project or the #1 meme coin for AVAX since the inception. It was one of those pre-sales, one of those Shang-Fi projects where it lists the leaderboards of people who, sold too early, lost out on some money and things like that. And it's been, those projects have been coming out on AVAX for a couple of months now. So Cat right now has 30K holders. So 30K holders at a $216 million market cap. Now we seen Cat, it came out in the beginning of this year, so January 15th. By February 20th, it ran up to almost a $500 million market cap. Now we are back down to 216 million. Now, could it go lower? It possibly could, because this is still a fairly new project. It only been around a couple of months, but at the same time, they've been holding up the price and been holding up the price good compared to where a lot of projects, especially coming out in January, they've been holding up good compared to other projects that came out around that same time. So people are absolutely believing in Cat. Now, currently, it is more sales than buys. It is $2.7 million in volume, and that's kind of equaling out. So on the past 24 hours, we are up 4% on a day. And currently, it is more sellers than buyers. But like I said, right now, it's just so much uncertainty in the market. So I'm not really stressing what's going on right now. And this project has only been out 2 months. So we love to see Cat do what it do. It is at $216 million market cap. I do think it can go back up to, that $500 million market cap and possibly be the first meme coin to hit $1 billion on the AVAX blockchain. So it possibly could do that. But in my heart, I do hold a special place for Cock, and we're going to talk about Cock and you a little down the line. But Cat right now is looking good. Then we got Blub. So Blub is another Shang-Fi project that had a pre-sale, and it pretty much shows you who sold too early, who are these people who selling. And me personally, that really, it doesn't affect, the person too much, because if they make enough money, who cares if they on this leaderboard showing that they sold too early. But I guess it kind of is a psychological thing. And we love to see those Shang-Fi projects. Now, this particular one absolutely tanked after its inception, after it came out. So it came out March the 4th. It ran up to $100 million market cap. And guess where we at? A $3.9 million market cap. This might be, a potential steal, though. This might be a potential steal. Now, it only has 4.7K holders at this moment in time. But it's down 10% on the day, and this might be a steal. I'm not saying to buy it, but you got to look into it. Then we got Wink, which is another project that's similar to both of the ones I just talked before. This one is at an $8 million market cap. It came out on February 12th. It ran up, did the same play, man. Ran up to $100 million plus, and then now it's back below, right at $7.9 million for the market cap. Now this one has 17K holders, so this one's a little different from Blood, and it has more holders, but it's around the same market cap. Not around the same. It's at 8 million, but still below $10 million market cap. So we got to pay attention to those things, because at the end of the day, you know, if they tank like that, it's either a better buying opportunity or it's going to zero. Now, like I said, it's still super early in the cycle. They came out after everything started to go down. So, of course, we got to expect that crazy run up and then that crazy run down, because it came out at an ugly time in the market. But it's not to say we don't see appreciation moving forward. Now, taking me a sip of water real quick. Now, COQ, Cocking You, currently ranked the 5th hottest project on the AVAX blockchain, and we at a at a $42 million market cap. Now, the holder count is at 99.2K, so we almost at that 100K holder count, man, for COQ. So that's super huge. I think COQ is it is the most undervalued or underrated rather meme coin on the AVAX blockchain, because they're actually building not only their meme coin community, but they're building utility around Cocking You. So having utility for a meme coin is bullish, although some might disagree. I believe having that utility for it creates less sell pressure, and also it gives people something to do while they're holding their tokens, waiting on it to appreciate. So we got to pay attention to COQ. And like I said, I do think it is the most underrated meme coin, not just on AVAX, but really out there, if we just being honest, because there's not a lot of meme coins that's really giving us that utility that we want and that we deserve as holders. So Cocking You gives us this, and that's why that is one of my major sleepers right now. I do think Cocking You has that potential to hit, you know, $1 billion once we hit that full-on bull market. Now, another one, man, Kimbo. Kimbo is probably one of the other most undervalued, because we seen it ran up. Kimbo came out in 2023, right after COQ Cocking You came out, right? So came out last day of 2023. We saw a crazy run up going to $50 million market cap. Right now, it is at a $1.6 million market cap. But one thing I like to see about Kimbo, it has 21.8K holders. So a lot of holders with a small market cap. So, and it only increases as, you know, the market cap decreases. So that's just showing people are still interested in Kimbo, and they are creating that foundation, man, that floor for Kimbo, just creating a solid floor for it. And once we go up, these are people who are not going to sell too fast, because we have been buying at the bottom. This is literally the bottom. If we look at the charts, I'm looking at the charts right now, and this is pretty much the same point where Kimbo debuted at when it first came out. So we have a crazy opportunity. This is a opportunity that we might not get again. You know, just going from 1.6 million to $16 million market cap is a 10x, man. So I pay attention to all of those things, and I think that 10x for Kimbo is possible. Only down, you know, 8% on the day, but like I said, the holder count continues to increase. Now, we know that Kimbo also is coming out with a subnet as well, so we got to pay attention to that. And once that subnet comes out, if it actually comes out, that's going to give Kimbo even more utility. And last but not least, man, AVAX No Chill. Now, AVAX No Chill is also one of the ones you got to pay attention to, because we have 22.5K holders right now for AVAX No Chill with a $2.9 million market cap. And this project came out around the same time as Cocking You did, and it did do a run as well, going up to a $50 million market cap. And right now we kind of at that same point, just like Kimbo, before it took off. And with the narrative going to AVAX, I do think the narrative for AVAX will absolutely explode. With this being said, I do believe a lot of these top meme coins that have a lot of holders, especially the ones that people been buying on the bottom, will explode, because it's just showing that they have conviction in this project as it goes down to lower market caps. So That's my video for today, Crypto Tro. Just giving you an update on AVAX Memecoins, some of the projects that's piquing my attention, that's really catching my eye. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and don't forget, click the link in the description to sign up with crypto.com. We both start making money when you start trading, and also click that link for the Discord as well. Crypto Tro, that's my video. I'm out of here.